Is it working? Yeah. Yeah. For today, just want to do a few more optimizations and bug fixes. There is the input filter right here that is currently not very optimized. So let's start with this. One of the things we can do here is start declaring bars. Bar up on bool equals and no. There we go. So using this, we can replace quite a bit and two more for up down and left right. And we want the down, left, right. I'm going to fix all these. That's up. Down, left, right, up, and down. Oh, wait, if I'm declaring those variables, I can just use them here. Up and down. Bool. So how are we going to use this to optimize these right now? First off, instead of calling on every check as many times as listed, we can just call the variable instead. Also cleans up the statements. So that's if nothing. Then if everything, so we can have here the up down and left right. And get rid of the rest of it. And there you go. That's one line. Okay. Triple checks. This one is down, up. So let's use up, down, and left. And remove these. What would that do? This one's up, down, and right. So Right. Similar here. We've got left, right. So left, right, and from here, left, right, and down. Did not want that. Yep. So now we're not really calling anything, we're just using variables. I also didn't do this on my own. I used some AI, which I need to open. Okay. It has loaded. So I use some AI for this, which if I bring this up on the right side, we have my input manager just here, with some of the other functions not all in the exact best way, but we have some stuff right here. So the first thing we've got here is on the left side me just giving it my code and then it working, getting out my code. Then I speak with it about some of the optimizations that need to be done. And then I talked about some of the mistakes that I certainly saw it was doing, that it was making a mistake. But it's important to write out your code first, get it functioning properly to see where you can fix it differently. Okay, I don't understand this direction thing, which I don't like it. I didn't use it like this. I just use the number of letters. I could do that if I wanted to, but I don't think I can. What do you call it? I didn't even call it anything. I don't think I can call it anything. Okay. Another thing it also did was actually had all of this indented. Had an if statement here. I was checking for up, down, or, which this is a good thing to have before we actually get into this part. Because if we're checking any of these, well, one of these two have already happened. So if we don't get one of these two, we can just skip all of those and go to the other inputs. All right, back to the AI that has helped us with the optimization. So it does the OR check. It did have some mistakes, so that's the old version. The most recent version is this one, and this is the most optimal. So it's got complex, up, down, left, right for the cases, vertical or horizontal. So what it's doing here is it's doing the 3 checks first, then either of the two checks, and then the other two checks. It doesn't have a check for all of them. So if we do nothing, if we're doing this, we're checking at least 3 directions, minimum, first. We don't have to check 4 if we have a check for those 4 later that are already excluding them. So that's why this is done this way. So let's make it in this form. But how I have it right now is kind of like what? So yeah, let's go through the changes a bit. So first off, we just give it the thing. Second one, we have explained to it something. The second one, it says input history always clears, which is not a thing that I wanted to happen. Yeah, which is just not important, but to the input manager. Then in the second one, we have a more optimized version of this where it actually starts messing around with putting them in variables and putting them in a form that makes more sense. So checking if there is double and then checking if all of these. As we can see here, this one says and, so that's not actually going to do anything. All of that's going to be skipped, which I talk about here. And gives me a new one that fixes that, kind of. Then I believe what I just copy and pasted a thing to remove. Yeah, I don't think we needed that in the first place. Okay. Wait a second. Did that even remove it? It didn't even. Okay. And then this one, 3 buttons for conflicts exist so that you don't need the nots and also the other variables. So that those two things were gone. And then we are left with just the vertical complex and the horizontal, the OR check. It checks 3 and then it checks both 4 in a way. Because if 4 is pressed, I don't think there's a check for neutral, which is a problem. Let me add a statement here. If like this EL and then have the check for and. Oh wait. These 5 are already in there, so I don't need to do that. Okay. Any 2 buttons are pressed. This is the 4-button check, so if up or down, so if up underscore down or left, right, one. So that's the 2 check. There's the no input check as well. So no input check, um, triple check. Ooh, this I'll tab in because we're already doing the other checks here. And neutral. And here we want down and left, down and right. and left, and right, and then the individual ones down. For some reason, I have right here. And up. You can also just start reducing the space they take up. Leave one line here. Now, just in case, I want to check if I can remove that. I doubt it. And then we want to run the input manager and just test the button inputs. So first off, I can't remove that. So down, that's twos. Down right, that's threes. Right, that's six, yep. Down left, left, left up, up, up right, right, right. Okay. Two opposing buttons has two statements, so that's a problem. That's because of where. So I'm pressing left and right at the same time, pending left and right, left or right. You know what? Okay, I think it's this line. Oh, this is, there's two inputs of this. Left, right, up, down. Okay, those are not working. Fake everything. Still giving me five. Okay, three buttons. Okay, gives me six. That's on top so I can see it. Up, right, left. That's eight. Up, down, left. Yep, that's four. Down, right. Down, right, and left. That should be two. It is coming out as two. Just don't know why it's being a bit odd. Yeah, the fake buttons are a little off, I guess. Because I still have to remove them. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Okay, so they're all working. And we don't have this, we have no neutral input. So we can ask the AI, maybe on this. There is no check for no input. So now I just add an initial input. I don't see anything else. Everything's in line in the same check. And we saved, what, 4 checks? If we use the one? That's another way to do it. Is it better? I don't know. Is that the best way? Let's see. Oh goodness, he's giving me an implement. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, table and method going to set all these conditions. This is first is the most optimal solution. No condition, no changes, just access array, single evaluation, input state calculated using bitwise operation, no branching. For CPU prediction performance, clear mapping, highly optimized, how it works, creates a 4-bit mask presenting up, down, left, right states. This mask is an index into a 16-element lookup table. Each entry in the table corresponds to one of 16 possible input combinations. That I haven't thought about, and I don't really know how it works, so that might be a problem. This is a thing. Okay. Explain, explain this line. Respective positions. The bitwise OR, which combines the bits. Say you are pressing up and right. Up equals true, up is 1, and the other two are false. And then in binary, because these are up and right is here, so this is shifted by 3 positions to the left. That will give you up and right. And it explains that right here. And then it's giving a representation. This creates a unique number for each of the 16 combinations, which we can use as an index in the lookup table. Yep, I can definitely see that. I don't know if that's faster because I don't have experience with bitmaps or with this. But what it's essentially saying is check the things for one time, call each variable one time, then find a value in a set array, which it does. So this is probably one of the faster ways to do it. If I wanted to try it. We'll have to see. I'll probably ask the Discord server that I'm in about this. But yeah, that's one way to optimize it. This is just well, I will keep this. I think that's about it. And that's really the only thing I have to optimize as far as the map array. Yeah, so that's one way to optimize, and then you can be completely surprised by an idea you didn't even think about. So yeah, it looks faster too. Like, it looks faster because you're not checking if statements multiple times. You're just finding the index of a value. I think it's a good idea. Just gonna go up to it, deleting everything else. Okay, we won't need those. Press is fine. Um, you can technically just copy and paste this. I'm going to copy and paste it here. Enter direction up, array. Okay. And then inputs of current frame is the thing to check. Dot append. That's what's being appended everywhere. We want input or direction lookup array at the value defined by the bitwise equation that I do not have right now, which is this. Var bitwise bit index bit index. I should take a look at the bitmap stuff as well. Bitmap class. Two-dimensional array of Boolean values can be used to efficiently store binary matrix. Every matrix element takes only one bit. Query the values using Cartesian. I can ask about using the real bitmap. Designed for 2D pixel/tile operations with the overkill for support input states. Okay, that's his recommendation. Hmm, this is a good question to ask. What's my preference? For a fighting game, it would be speed, but for people who don't understand it, it would be essentially not readable unless they know at least a little bit of binary. It changed my entire input manager from like 40 lines to 4, 5, 6, 7. I was trying to figure out how to do this thing in binary at one point, but I didn't really understand how to do it using logic gates. But no, it's just 16 inputs, 16 all different outputs. Sorry, 4 inputs, 16 outputs, because you just take it to the power 2 to the power 4. And since the outputs are essentially the same, you just make your table and be done with it. There's only 4 neutral inputs. Okay, let's double check everything works still. Down, down, right, down, down, left, right, up, down, left, up, right, and then those 4, always on top. That's okay. Okay, that's 6 for right. Makes sense. That's 8 for up. Makes sense. Right, no, left. This should be left. What's that not left? Let me clear it real quick. So, that is left. That is down. Yep, still works just as well. Yeah, it's not because there's so many times that it's running, and you might as well clear it. You have to clear it so it actually updates. It's 4 processing lines, but 1 array that's a line per input. But hey, the more you know. They should be at the beginning. They should be here, and I can now identify end of AI work. And then I'd also like, I probably didn't do anything. Okay. To say array made by AI. And everything else is done by me, for the most part. That's going to be up there first as well. I'll have that as my last variable because it's really annoying to go through. Yes, also compress it. This is a var. Anything else I need to do? Where are you? 94 lies here. Okay. I should end the stream now and go to sleep. But it's good to know that there was even more optimization that could have been done that I didn't even think about. Right. See ya.